if South Africans continue to struggle, and that South Africa's global leadership must basically start with the national responsibility. So that's what we expect the message to be this morning from Operation Tudula. But I know that Operation Tudula is concerned about the area which they've been allocated to protest. As I indicated when I did speak to part of the team from Operation Tudula, they did say that the area they've been allocated on the corner of Rifle Range and Nasrec Roads is too far from the area in Nasrec where the actual event is taking place. They were concerned that where they were allocated, where they were placed essentially, is not where they would want to make the statement. So you would understand, with all eyes being on South Africa, different groups, as we saw yesterday, protests against gender-based violence, Operation Tudula today has their own message to send as the G20 summit gets underway. They're basically saying that the area where they've been designated, they've been given permission to protest, is a bit far from the area where dignitaries will be passing from. In fact, from where you can see behind me, this is where police have closed off. So the media itself would need to find a different area to move through in order to get to that particular protest. That's what we're expecting the concern to be. This area here behind me, like many other areas, have been closed off, of course, to allow a flow of traffic, and also to allow certain areas that have been designated for dignitaries to go past and attend this particular summit. Even certain areas have been closed off to the media. So we're expecting that protest to get underway this morning, but of major concern for them, as we understand, is the fact that they'll be protesting a little bit too far from the area where they say they'll be able to get their message across.
All right, thanks very much, Griselda. So thanks, keeping an eye on what's happening outside. We're keeping an eye on what's happening inside. And what we can tell you is we saw just a moment ago the Deputy President of South Africa arriving. And that was quite a moment there as he was welcomed by the Chief of Staff. And also arriving now, we've got
Dr. Tedros.
Ghebreyesus. Absolutely. He's arriving now on the red carpet there. So how it works, in fact, is that you're going to see a lot of the international organizations and regional economic communities arriving now. So from the World Health Organization, that's what is happening at the moment now, and we're seeing different dignitaries being welcomed. So we're going to now keep a very close eye on this, Sophie, and I've got your eyes as well firmly attached onto these screens. Our Deputy President is the one who's welcoming everybody as they do walk in through that carpet right now.
I think the President will be receiving heads of state and government. The GP is receiving those international guests and also other important guests, and they represent different organizations as it relates to global issues. You can see that the representative of one of the agencies of the European Union arriving, and therefore you'll see different people who are not necessarily your leaders, but representing different organizations. I think the World Trade Organization will be included, and many others.
Yeah, indeed. So we will start seeing all of this taking place right now on your screens. We'll capture all of this live. Now remember, these images are beaming around the globe right now, and we would obviously see our president arriving shortly as well, and that's where the Deputy President will welcome President Cyril Ramaphosa, who will then go into the heads of state. So
you can see the IMF, the arrival of the IMF head there, as we indicated earlier on, that the G20 will have to grapple with the transformation of the financial institutions, and that is why you see the IMF head arriving there, and I think the World Bank will also follow soon.
Yeah, indeed. That, of course, is IMF Kristalina Georgieva, who is the IMF Managing Director, and very, very much so G20 focused when it comes to the economy and many issues around the IMF. So you can see now that this is very, very much so high-level people arriving now This is the moment, and this is really the moment that we have been waiting for as we see these arrivals taking place right now. So we'll continue to monitor and see who is next. Fast, those cars are piling up, and one by one, people are coming out and entering onto the red carpet.
I think what is important with the IMF it's the whole issue of inequality, Doctor, in terms of how you deal with it as it relates to that Stiglitz report, Professor, yes.
Indeed, in Professor Stiglitz's report, the inequality report that really dealt not only with international inequality, so inequality between states, but also the growing inequality that we're seeing within states, both developed and developing, and that made a number of recommendations of reform and policy interventions that should be made in order to reverse the huge inequality growth that we have seen in the last 5 years. So everything from sort of pre-distributive changes around the distribution of asset ownership, taxing wealth in particular, but then also using regulatory systems in order to reduce the amount of wealth that is kept by the richest within countries and in the globe, but then also another set that is more redistributive. So progressive taxation policies, which is something that has been on the agenda of the G20 for a number of years now, as well as a focus on public services like healthcare, like education, which is really, really important as public services that help to redistribute income within states.
All right,
I think it really confirms the report of the former finance minister, Trevor Manuel, on Africa. He also emphasized similar issues in terms of how you address the challenges we are facing of inequality, poverty, and unemployment. And the president announcing a conference next year, Borrowers Conference,
yes,
where you'll have these institutions, IMF, World Bank, Development Bank of Africa, the BRICS Bank, bringing them under one roof to say, how do we ensure that we make resources available for developing countries and the poorer nations.
Indeed, and I think that there's several things that came out of that Africa Commission was that Africa expert group. Firstly, around dealing with issues of debt financing, building this borrowers club in order to improve the terms on which African nations in particular borrow from the market, both from sovereigns, so other states, but also from the development banks, and also then to have some way of restructuring global finance and the global economy in terms of finance and trade, so empowering African trade and finance institutions, increasing and strengthening international tax cooperation so that we can start to combat illicit financial flows. President Mbeki, former President Mbeki, has done a number of studies on illicit financial flows over the, had his big committee that he was in charge of that was handling illicit financial flows and studying the impact of illicit financial flows on the African continent in particular, that came out with the conclusion that Africa is actually a net creditor to the world, that if you count the amount of money that flows out of the continent in unpaid taxes and also in climate change damage or environmental damage, that is far below the amount that the African continent receives in remittances and in development aid.
All right, let's just welcome Sakina back onto the set as well. She's finished her walkabout on the floor, and we are watching the arrivals of a lot of the different representatives, different organizations that are going to be attending. The Deputy President, of course, is there, who is welcoming them as they get to the top of this red carpet. So this is what you're seeing currently on the screen at the moment.
Yeah, and we are literally counting down the minutes now to the opening of this G20 Leader Summit. And that's Dilma Rousseff.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
BRICS Bank.
Yes, and again, very important representation here at the BRICS Summit. But of course, Sophie, speaking to that, we're talking about investment opportunities, just to move on from the discussion you were having. The BRICS Bank, and all of the other lending institutions. How is South Africa approaching the investment opportunity that may present here at the G20 Summit, especially against the backdrop of these geopolitical tensions? Because I would imagine it's a fine line that you need to walk now.
Yes, you are correct. I think the president will use this opportunity to have many bilateral talks. You know that he was in Asia. He has just returned from Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, and also Vietnam, because due to the tariffs imposed by the United States of America, you have to have Plan B to try and manage or reduce the impact. Therefore, you have to increase trade volume with Asia, and therefore you have to engage those countries, but also continue to engage the European Union that has shown keen interest in terms of increasing trade volume with South Africa. Your United Kingdom, bilateral, because they've just decided to pull out of the European Union, the Brexit. So this is a moment for the president also to do that. That is related to the interest of South Africa, but also pushing the agenda of the developing South and the African continent.
And as we continue to see more of the dignitaries making their way, strutting up the red carpet, if you will, and we are getting ready, of course, for that opening address by President Cyril Ramaphosa. And then just continuing, Leanne and Dr. Mbete as well, with the themes that we are looking at. And one of the things, when we talk about the legacy, just to move forward very briefly.
Your Excellency, welcome. Deputy President.
Yes, take care for the protection, please. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, the Deputy President will receive you. All thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
What's next? Who's next?
Good morning, Your Deputy President will receive
Can you please
Certainly, I'll hold it for
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just yesterday.
practice communicate.
You're welcome, Madam. Deputy President will receive you. Thank you, Madam. Our very own Secretary General of the DP. Mr. Mene, Excellency.
My brother, our very own here.
Yes, on the side.
Okay.
You're welcome.
DP, can we please ask you to step one step to your left, please, sir?
Why?
You are centered on the logo, and we need you to be on this side a little bit, sir.
To accommodate the visitor.
Does everybody agree?
Yes, I have to.
Thank you, Excellency. It's perfect.
Yes.
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 That's perfect, Excellencies.
Getting a good visual?
Yes.
That's one for you, Ambassador.
No, it's fine.
It's perfect. Thank you, Excellency.
I think we'll just put a marker there. A dot.
WTO.
We'll have to find
I'm the marker.
Okay.
Yeah, fix it. But that's a copy. Or it's on the copy. No, just take it weight and then tight. They don't need to be t-shirt. Sharp, you know?
Yeah, because in Turkey, the shipping, they want to
Okay, but I can't correct.
one of the flower for the
Okay, framing it right.
Yeah.
Happiness. Okay. Cut. Yeah, I'm going to say good. Laptop. Simply you need to. Listen.
It seems like
yes. WTO, yes.
That's a shift. No.
And yes, Mandela is a long walk. To freedom. Your Excellency, you're welcome. Your Excellency, welcome. Deputy President will receive you.
Well done, DP. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Very good.
You're welcome.
Hi. How are you?
I will start here and
Bueno, sure. Rasa safe. Ka change ne? Okay. For this thing, that's the fix. Because I'm going to remove the card and I didn't say so. One time, thank you. See you later. No, ano ko yan? Paano ko yan? Yo. 이런 거 좋았네. 이번에 보내는 교반이 누구?
Yeah, because now we think it's right now. Yes. Yes. So, but you are not doing much out.
Like my feet. Kita setting one actually said kira kayo na kita kayo na maksudnya na the pictures could you forward the logo OTP or Tadir or noted forward. Yeah, the go first.
Right. It's up. You have a CS from you. Correct spot.
Yes, DP.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Oh, different thing. Thank you. Hosanna.
Which one is coming? Yeah. Which country? HOS. Okay, are they here already? Namibia. Okay, all right. I said that. What's this?
President of Namibia.
But it's not
No. Is this the international organization?
Is that the lady?
Yes.
Is that the president? You want to be part of that law?
Are we part of the first agreement?
and then follow this. Yes.
Is she coming?
Yeah, she's taking that.
Still in the car. Yes. So President Mafriga,
Yes.
your negotiators. But the other heads of state will also after him.
Yes.
When is Trump coming?
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning.
Deputy President will receive you, Your Excellency.
Okay.
Yes. So good to see you. I was telling them this is a Felipe.
Oh, I was going to
That's to shake hands. See you. fine. Who's next?
There's no point.
Okay, we're in
Yes, few minutes.
Okay,
Few
later.
minutes until the next conference.
Thank you, sir.
Don't drink it. Yeah.
I must swap my cards with. I don't trust this card. Mampus, nara itloka yokona. Ra itloka.
Not someone. So someone send them go WhatsApp statement over the edge. Screens also Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, Commander. Now you have your shot. This would go fast.
And when I'm going someone, and the deputy president,
Ambassador.
There's someone coming. Huh? Okay. It's already here. That person has arrived.
Get the secretariat, yes, I do.
In the next one.
Take a short break. Yeah.
Guys, you must report me. Yeah,
Thank you. How are you?
Should be fair. You could say strategy. Yeah.
Colleague Secretary General just walked in.
Direct Chair, can we try this? Maybe the Deputy President will come in, then I will start here and then go to him, and then he. Okay, sharp.
Fix. People need the power. Power bank lady. That's all.
I am.
Oh, that's all.
Your charge.
We will charge. You will be a fellow Steve.
Hey, Maragina used me to sit there. Marunusoro Hawaii.
I could extend you and probably in there.
Are the convoys coming? Just check with CBS.
Kita ini dari lagi nanti agak ketemu cuma ya.
Netherlands.
I'm following the president's.
Yes, GP is now in the back. Netherlands. Your best smile. And it was your birthday yesterday, so Minister, you still have the best smile. Your Excellency, welcome. Minister Lamula will receive you.
Welcome, Your Excellency, to South Africa. Am I done? Someone coming. Kupela Zamba. Kupela Zamba. Tampa lipstick. Lipstick or Zamba? Zamba English.
The country drink again.
No? No? It's over 64. Okay. What's I can number two for
And it's a good president.
Le outfit young.
How are you? Yeah, she could come in.
Mara, oh, nko tsalwa. Ke na le age le ngo fa khati e nngwe still.
I think it's Egypt. Yes, Egypt. No, what it is?
Fine. Welcome to South Africa.
Equatorial Guinea.
Welcome, Your Excellency.
Welcome, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Welcome to South Africa. Please step well. Thank you. Thank you. So please left well. Thank you. All the best. Thank you. Welcome to South Africa, Your Excellency. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good. My pleasure, my brother. How far is? Yes, and I will run.
Welcome. Hope you still good. You look big. You look better. You look better this way. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best with the production.
Thank you.
Welcome, South Africa. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Minister, Cooper, a step this way. Perfect. Thank you, Excellency.
Yes, welcome to South Africa. Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best with the production.
Just slightly this way. Perfect. That's why it's a chance to fix. I want to continue to put some transfer initially laptop. One of the pool photographers. That's why I decided to make a laptop is there.
Bariki, Malaysia. Yebo.
Coming to relief. Don't go too far. Okay. Hello, my people are back.
Your Excellency.
What's next?
Kita enforcer. Kamu putih. Kamu dia sendiri. Nak kayak itu nas tailor for little while. Kunci it's you here.
That's why using my
Mara. Roger, leva tu speed. Quem é o Eddie?
Train is moving slow.
Rodzena buku after mo trainer. Mara grab ni na. Angry fix. Plan are after mo. Yeah, you open.
Yeah, it's UK. Yes, UK.
Prime Minister.
I know you will. I will know you will.
Does Canada come in? Yes, Canada.
Shiny walks up. Yeah? Shiny walks up. Oh, is that?
Pardon. Canada. Canada.
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah? Nice to become where you go.
Como position?
Your Excellency, this is an organization.
Russia. That's Russia, eh? Russia. Yes, it's Russia.
But at least we focus. Why do you have to I know what to It's so good to see you. Thanks for looking forward to we'll see you Thanks.
Island. Yes, island. Yes. Island. Yeah, that one.
Your Excellency. Thank you very much.
Vietnam, yeah, Vietnam.
Alles way too like this. Prime Minister, it's good to see you again.
Jimmy. Yeah. Oh, they say it's not Jimmy. It's not Jimmy. Mr. Chasey. Yeah, they're changing.
Mr. President,
yes, they're changing now.
Excellencies, this way a little bit. Perfect. Minister, this way just a bit. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellencies.
That's Jimmy. Yeah.
Mr. President.
This year.
Thanks for your leadership.
Under the tree. Under.
you.
Yes. EU, yes. Let me find out. This EU, yeah, European Union. Yeah, bro. EU. Yes, it's European Union.
Oh, my friend. No, President. This one's some different constraints.
How are you? Well.
Não, o Brasil já foi? Já foi. No.
Yeah. Mr. President, the flower.
South African Union President. No, Lula is president now. He's the chairperson. Yeah. No. Check my phone. No. AU is him. Now is him. He's been checking now. Yeah. Yes. Saudi. It's Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it's interesting.
他们都在这儿。一个是 can I have take for the bear?
No, you can take a photo. Take a photo first.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Okay, I'm sending now to the boss.
Oh, it's G. Mr. President. That's G.
He's taking.
No, now. I just needed to get the first one out.
Yeah, just take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Get the one that I have. I'll show you.
Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Thank you so much. I see you later.
But it's not.
Yeah, I think it's next.
Thank you. Take care.
Welcome.
How are you?
European Union. Check it. That's European Union. Okay.
What a pleasure.
How are you? You are wonderful, as always. As always. As a pleasure. More than a sector.
Okay.
Yes. Let's be full.
Hi, President.
Good morning. How are you? Very well. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you
Good
again.
to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Yes.
I see you come sprinting.
Yes.
Very strong.
Yes.
You. I don't know. I see you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Algeria. Yes. Yes, Algeria. Algeria, yes.
Hello. Morning.
Korea.
Hello. Nice to meet you again. Welcome. Welcome. We're so pleased to have you here. Yes, thank you so much. Look at those people.
So beautiful to see you.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. See you later.
all the countries around the world.
Yeah, it's Nigeria. Yeah. Just tell him to cut his
How are you? I'm very well. Everybody to see you. It's good to see you. Everything's good. All the better. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I think in China. Yeah, but just stand by.
Can I get paper?
Yes, it's India. Thank you. Ya van a presentar el siguiente. Okay.
Enjoy. Okay.
Just want to ask if we are done to make sure, because it seems like we are done.
Thank God. More will be coming, but I don't believe we received the House President. Yes. Guys, so we're moving around.
Yes. Oh, yeah, someone. Photograph. You zoom, you focus, you zoom. My focus is here. So if I'm on manual, my focus is here. But if I'm going to adjust, double click it and
Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, the heads of state are joining us. If everybody could please take your seats. Excellences, messieurs, dames, les chefs d'État et de gouvernement nous rejoignent. S'il vous plaît, prenez vos sièges. Excelencias, señores y señoras, los presidentes y jefes de gobierno están entrando en la sala. Por favor, siéntense. Gracias. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start. Please take your seats. With regards to the interpretation services, kindly touch the screen in front of you and scroll until you find your language of choice. Vos Excellences, Messieurs, Dames, nous allons commencer. Je vous prie de vous asseoir. S'il vous plaît, touchez l'écran pour ce qui est des services d'interprétation et le rouleau devrait vous apporter à la langue qu'il vous convient. Excelencias, señores y señoras, vamos a comenzar. Por favor, siéntense. Si quieren utilizar el sistema de interpretación, por
Cris,
favor,
está me ouvindo
tocar,
aqui, Cris?
el screen y el rolo va a dirigirle a la lengua que necesitan. Gracias. Please do take your seats. Je vous prie de vous asseoir. Por favor, si pueden sentarse. Gracias.
Bao giờ cũng nghe chúng ta phải thống nhất với nhau. Rất là cảm ơn tất cả các vị đại biểu đã có cái trao đổi, có cái hợp tác và trên cơ sở đó chúng ta cùng làm, cùng bàn, cùng hưởng, cùng đoàn kết thống nhất trong cái bối cảnh như này. Rất là cảm ơn kênh tiếng Anh, tiếng Anh mà ta nghe được không?
Good morning, Your Excellency, Heads of State and Government, members and invited guests, heads of regional economic communities, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Antonio Guterres, all guests who are gathered here. It is an honor and a privilege to welcome you as South Africa to this very first G20 Leaders Summit to be held on African soil. We gather here at the cradle of humanity in Africa to affirm our common humanity. We gather here to affirm the value of partnership and cooperation to finding common solutions to shared problems. Shortly before the dawn of democracy in South Africa, the father of our democracy, Nelson Mandela, said, The time has come for South Africa to take up its rightful and responsible place in the community of nations. Today, as we open this G20 Leader Summit, South Africa is deeply aware of the profound responsibility that membership of the community of nations places upon us. We also understand the responsibility of being entrusted with the presidency of the G20. In the execution of its task as president of the G20, South Africa has, throughout the past year, through its stewardship of some 130 meetings in various parts of South Africa, in other countries on the African continent, and beyond our shores, including at the United Nations, we have sought to undertake this task with care, with dignity, and with diligence. We have sought at all times to preserve the integrity and the stature of the G20, a premier forum of international economic cooperation. From its initial focus on broad macroeconomic issues, the G20 is now engaged on matters such as trade, sustainable development, health, education, science and technology, agriculture, energy, the environment, climate change, and many others. It has therefore broadened its scope as the challenges of the peoples of the world requires that they should be addressed. As the G20 countries, we understand that progress on each and all of these issues is a necessary condition for strong, sustainable, balanced, and inclusive growth. In pursuit of and in conformity with the founding mission of the G20, South Africa adopted the theme Solidarity, Equality, and Sustainability for its presidency in 2025. Through solidarity, we can create an inclusive future that advances the interests of people around the world who are at the greatest risk of being left behind. This is important in an interconnected world where the challenge faced by one nation affects all other nations. By promoting equality, we strive to ensure fair treatment and equal opportunities for the individuals and nations of the world. The disparities in wealth and development within and between nations is not only unjust and unsustainable, it is also one of the greatest impediments to sustainable development. It is essential that we break down divisions of economic status, of gender, of race, and geography. Sustainability involves meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. As a founding member of the G20, South Africa has sought to ensure that the development priorities of the Global South and the African continent find expression firmly and permanently on the agenda of the G20. This is important not only for the people of Africa and the Global South. It is vital for global stability and security, alleviating resource pressures, managing population movements, and reducing the risk of conflict. We seek stability because it attracts investment, it improves planning and reduces the risk of global economic shocks. And we prioritize inclusive and vibrant markets because they are able to drive innovation and efficiency. Thriving economies lift people out of poverty. They encourage greater investment and trade, and they generate the revenue needed to invest in public goods. The threats facing humanity today, from escalating geopolitical tensions, global warming, pandemics, energy and food insecurity, to inequality, unemployment, extreme poverty, and armed conflict, jeopardize our collective future. It is therefore essential that we make greater and faster progress towards the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. We welcome the Seville Commitment adopted in June this year, which sets forth a renewed global framework for financing for development. We must use this framework to catalyze development investments at scale in developing economy countries. We must continue the reform of the international financial architecture, ensuring that institutions are strengthened and are more inclusive and are equipped to meet the challenges both of the present and the future. At the beginning of our G20 presidency, we identified 4 high-level priorities. Firstly, we focus on action to strengthen disaster resilience and response. While climate-induced natural disasters affect countries around the world, they have a particularly devastating impact on countries that cannot afford the costs of recovery and rebuilding. We have agreed that it is essential for the global community, international finance institutions, development banks, and the private sector to scale up post-disaster construction. Secondly, we agreed that we must take action to ensure debt sustainability for low-income countries. The G20 needs to renew its efforts to advance debt sustainability while at the same time laying emphasis on those countries in the global south that are suffering from debt repayments. Thirdly, we said we should mobilize finance for a just energy transition, increasing the quality and quantity of climate finance flows to developing economy countries. Fourthly, we emphasized the importance of harnessing critical minerals for inclusive growth and sustainable development through the beneficiation of the minerals at the place of extraction. In addition to these 4 priorities, we have prioritized issues of inclusive economic growth, industrialization, inequality, unemployment, and security and artificial intelligence. Much of the work of the past year will be presented and considered at this meeting. We commend in particular the G20 at 20 review, which provides a detailed account of the path that this organization has traversed as the G20. It describes both our achievements and our challenges and makes proposals on how we can organize ourselves to be more focused on our core mandate. We welcome the work of the G20 Africa Expert Panel, which was led by South Africa's former Minister of Finance, Mr. Trevor Manuel. The panel argues that African efforts to accelerate productive investment require new global partnerships and strong multilateral cooperation. It calls on the G20 to support this effort by building a global policy framework that unlocks long-term finance and lower costs and investment at scale. We are also grateful for the work of the G20 Extraordinary Committee of Independent Experts on Global Inequality that was led by Professor Joseph Stiglitz, a Nobel laureate. The recommendations of the Extraordinary Committee provide a solid platform on which to launch a renewed global effort to tackle inequality. As this is the first G20 Leaders Summit to be held in Africa, it carries the hopes and must reflect the aspirations of the people of this continent and of the world. We should not allow anything to diminish the value, the stature, and the impact of the first African G20 presidency. This G20 Leaders Summit has a responsibility not to allow the integrity and the credibility of the G20 to be weakened. In fact, from this summit, we should have a sense that the G20 has been strengthened. We thank all delegations that have worked together with us in good faith to produce a worthy G20 outcome document for this historic leaders' meeting. The G20 underscores the value of the relevance of multilateralism. It recognizes that the challenges that we face can only be resolved through cooperation, collaboration, and partnership. The adoption of the declaration from the summit sends an important signal to the world that multilateralism can and does deliver. It sends a message of hope and solidarity across the world. It tells the world that as the leaders of the G20, we will keep fast to our solemn pledge to leave no person, no community, and no country behind. With those words, I therefore declare the G20 Leaders Summit open, and thank you. Your Excellencies, please allow me to take you through day one of the program. Session 1 will focus on inclusive and sustainable economic growth. This session will be followed by presentations of the recommendations of the reports of the Africa Expert Panel and the Extraordinary Committee of Independent Experts on Global Inequality. We will then have a working lunch, and this will be followed by a family photo. And I thank you for your attention and look forward to a fruitful discussion. Now, in discussions with a number of delegations here, there has been overwhelming consensus and agreement that one of the other tasks we should undertake right at the beginning is to execute the task that we have come here for principally, which is by overwhelming consensus to adopt our declaration. Now, I should precede this by remembering what a Roman philosopher called Pliny, the elder, once said. He said to have said, ex Africa semper aliquid novi, meaning out of Africa there is always something new. So something new always does come out of Africa. So with that, we would like, therefore, okay. I'm told that the cameras are still on, they should be off. I don't know why that is so. With that, we would like, therefore, with the consensus that has emerged through the work that has been done over the whole year and the 130 meetings that have been held where each sector has been able to reach agreement, would like, therefore, to put the proposed declaration as the G20 South Africa Summit Leaders Declaration, to put it forward for your adoption.